The era of the budget Mac is officially over. For years, the Mac Mini was the computer you bought when you couldn't afford a Mac Studio or didn't want the screen of an iMac. It was the entry point, the safe choice, the machine you recommended to students, small offices, and first-time switchers who just wanted Mac OS without the premium shock. But as we sit here in 2026, the leaks coming out of Apple's supply chain are painting a very different picture. The Mac Mini M5 isn't just a refresh. It isn't a quiet spec bump or a polite generational update. It is shaping up to be a hostile takeover of the desktop market, the kind of strategic shift that forces everyone else in the industry to reevaluate their pricing, their performance targets, and even their product segmentation. Internal Apple documents codenamed J873 suggest that Apple has stopped treating the Mini as a secondary device. Instead of positioning it as the affordable afterthought in the lineup, Apple has reportedly turned it into a concentrated 5-inch block of pure, unadulterated power designed to make the Mac Studio look over its shoulder. Think about the transition we just saw from the M2 to the M4. That jump was impressive, sure. Efficiency skyrocketed, GPU cores multiplied, and the neural engine quietly became one of the most capable AI accelerators in consumer hardware. But the M5 generation is something else entirely. It represents the second wave of Apple silicon maturity, the moment when architectural confidence replaces cautious iteration. We are now moving into the second generation of 3-nanometer architecture, specifically TSMC's enhanced N3P process from Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. This isn't just about cramming more transistors into the same physical footprint. It's about improving how those transistors communicate, reducing latency between cores, and optimizing power delivery at a granular level. The gains aren't theoretical. They're structural. Apple's Silicon team has reportedly redesigned internal pathways so that CPU, GPU, and neural components share data with dramatically lower overhead. The headline feature for the M5 isn't raw clock speed, it's intelligence. For the first time, Apple is said to be integrating AI processing directly into the GPU cores, not just isolating it within the neural engine. That shift changes everything. Instead of routing machine learning workloads through a single specialized block, the system can distribute AI acceleration across the graphics pipeline itself. The result is a staggering 3.5x jump in AI task performance compared to the previous generation. If you're a creator in Los Angeles cutting 8K footage, or a developer in Austin building large language model integrations, this isn't just a speck on a slide. It's the difference between waiting minutes and waiting seconds. It's the difference between needing a cloud server and running inference locally on your desk. The implications go beyond content creation. AI-enhanced workflows are now embedded into everything from photo editing to code completion to music mastering. With macOS increasingly leaning into on-device intelligence, the M5-powered Mac Mini becomes less of a computer and more of an autonomous production partner. Tasks like background removal, scene detection, automated color grading, and even real-time transcription happen seamlessly, without the system breaking a sweat. And because it's all local, privacy remains intact, reinforcing Apple's long-standing stance on user data protection. Let's talk about the design, because this is where things become controversial. Apple already shrank the Mac Mini with the M4 generation, compressing it into a sleek 5-inch footprint that stunned longtime users. Many assumed the M5 would simply reuse that shell and call it a day. But leaks suggest a secret thermal rear texture hidden beneath the familiar aluminum exterior. On the outside, it may look identical. Inside, it's a different beast entirely. The internal vented foot system is reportedly being overhauled to create a more efficient airflow channel from bottom to top. Instead of relying on traditional side vents, Apple is said to be experimenting with a pressure-driven intake system that draws cool air from beneath the chassis and expels heat vertically. Why go to such lengths? Because the M5 chip runs hotter and faster than anything Apple has previously placed in a chassis this small. Sustained performance, not just burst benchmarks, appears to be the goal. Apple is also rumored to be using a 3D stacked chip design, separating CPU and GPU components onto distinct thermal planes. This technique, inspired by high-end gaming hardware, allows each block of silicon to dissipate heat more effectively without interfering with the other. The practical result is astonishing. The M5 Mac Mini can reportedly sustain peak performance for hours without throttling. No more fan noise creeping into podcast recordings. No more thermal slowdown during long 8K renders. No more watching export times gradually stretch as the system heat soaks. Under the hood, the base M5 chip is rumored to feature a 10-core CPU with a heavier emphasis on performance cores. Apple appears to be dialing back the efficiency-to-performance ratio slightly in favor of raw throughput. Early whispers suggest a 20% jump in multi-threaded performance over the M4. For everyday users, that means faster app launches and smoother multitasking. For professionals, it means shaving meaningful time off every render, compile, and export. But the real disruption begins with the Pro tier. Reports indicate that the M5 Pro and M5 Max might actually share a unified silicon design, differentiated primarily through binning and core activation. In other words, Apple could be manufacturing a single massive chip and configuring it differently to optimize yields and manage costs. If true, this would allow the M5 Pro Mac Mini to tap into the same memory bandwidth previously reserved for far more expensive machines. We're talking up to 400 gigabytes per second of unified memory bandwidth in a device that once existed purely as a budget compromise. Imagine being a professional photographer processing hundreds of high-resolution raw files. Imagine being a music producer stacking dozens of virtual instruments and real-time effects. In the past, you might have felt compelled to purchase a Mac Studio just to access the bandwidth and port selection necessary for serious work. With the M5 Mac Mini, that artificial wall begins to crumble. The democratization of high-end performance is no longer theoretical. It's tangible. Connectivity is another battlefield Apple appears ready to dominate. The arrival of Thunderbolt 5 across the Pro lineup is a game changer. With transfer speeds reaching 120 gigabits per second, external storage becomes virtually indistinguishable from internal drives. High-resolution capture cards, eGPUs, and multi-dock setups operate without bottlenecks. You can run triple 6K displays at 120 Hz from a box that fits in the palm of your hand. Let that sink in. A device once dismissed as entry-level now powers a wall of professional-grade monitors with headroom to spare. All of this raises an uncomfortable question for Apple's own lineup. If the Mac Mini M5 encroaches so aggressively on Mac Studio territory, where does that leave the Studio? The answer may lie in extreme configurations. The Studio could evolve into a niche powerhouse for ultra-high core count variants, leaving the Mini to dominate the mainstream professional tier. In doing so, Apple simplifies its desktop strategy. The Mini becomes the default recommendation for nearly everyone. Pricing will ultimately determine just how disruptive this shift becomes. If Apple maintains a relatively accessible entry price while delivering near-studio performance, competitors in the Windows ecosystem will feel immediate pressure. Custom PC builders thrive on offering incremental value at each price tier. A compact, energy-efficient desktop that rivals high-end towers without requiring liquid cooling or oversized power supplies forces a rethink of that value proposition. There's also the cultural impact to consider. The Mac Mini has always represented accessibility within the Apple ecosystem. It was the machine you could tuck behind a monitor, mount under a desk, or deploy in server clusters. By infusing it with top-tier silicon, Apple blurs the line between consumer and professional in a way that could redefine expectations. Students graduating into creative careers may no longer see the need to upgrade to a larger desktop. Small production houses may standardize on fleets of minis instead of investing in bulkier workstations. Energy efficiency remains Apple Silicon's quiet superpower. Even as performance climbs, power consumption remains comparatively low. That means lower electricity costs, less heat output in office environments, and quieter workspaces overall. Sustainability narratives gain credibility when performance and efficiency scale together rather than trade off against each other. What we're witnessing isn't just a new chip launch, it's a philosophical pivot. The Mac Mini is no longer the consolation prize. It's no longer the compromise you make when budgets tighten. It is rapidly becoming the centerpiece of Apple's desktop strategy, the distilled expression of what Apple Silicon can achieve when freed from legacy constraints. If these leaks hold true, the M5 Mac Mini will represent a turning point not just for Apple, but for the desktop market at large. A 5-inch slab of aluminum redefining expectations, collapsing product tiers, and embedding advanced AI acceleration directly into everyday workflows. The era of the budget Mac may indeed be over. In its place stands something far more ambitious, a compact workstation that refuses to be underestimated and forces the rest of the industry to catch up.